The Dolphins' game is over, but his work isn't done yet. The division race is taking shape, and it's time to take stock of where they're sitting so far.
With the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada, where the torch, in honor of the legendary owner Al Davis, has just been lit, as is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visitor's sideline, Mike McDaniel, the coach of the Dolphins. His team playing well, off to a good start at 5-2. His counterpart on the other side, the Raiders head coach. Mike McDaniel, his Dolphins getting ready for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it's going to bring up a third down. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. His throw left side is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away well short of the first down mark.
Even though they gave up that last...
Dolphins offense ready to take over for their second possession. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, Malik Washington. He's taken down to just shy of midfield. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. He'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
On the handoff, this is Achane. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's third down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught inside. It's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 29 yards.
They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Open space inside the 10. And he's down at the 3. What a run. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Achane trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. But I think the Dolphins are going to be able to hold on. And indeed, they will keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Throwing now from the gun. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Intended for Malik Washington. Incomplete. It's now fourth and goal.
The Dolphins offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start first and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. Down the right sideline. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 96 yards. Touchdown, Miami. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Dolphins offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 30. It's a huge play in a tight ball game. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. This one, batted away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. You're in a...
The Dolphins offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Okay, ready?
Right away, they'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Max Crosby in there for his 2nd sack of the game. That brings him to 10 on the season. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Thrown left side. The catch is made. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the 3rd, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
That is caught by Washington. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Complete to
A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
First down, Miami.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
First reception for the man who enters the week as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. This one, good for a first down. They'll run this one straight ahead with H.A. Oh, the elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Miami.
Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. And And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Miami. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
Comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, to the 20. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
Sending it deep for Waddle. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in, and that'll go down as an incompletion. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They get this into the hands of Devon Achane. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
1st down, Miami.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught by Hill. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 43, here's 2nd and 7. Sending it deep for Waddle. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
And 7 yards to go.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Dolphin 1st down.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
No gain on the play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Darian Porter on the coverage.
That's caught on the right side by Waddle.
The pass.
And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
It brings up fourth down.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over once again. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10.
On the coverage.
That is caught aside by Waddle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Elam.
And it's just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be let out, Greg, by their quarterback, a first-round pick in the April draft.
I love watching a player of any position come back after a bad game. I think it really just speaks to their mental.
The Dolphins offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. On first and 10, it's Achane. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Dolphins. That his 2nd TD catch of the season.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
A win here for the visiting Dolphins. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL.
with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. On the Bills sideline is Sean McDermott. These guys coming in, winning 3 of their last 4 games. Then on the Dolphins side, you've got Mike McDaniel. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans. Miami set to take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And the ball caught by his rookie wideout. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. You look at this Buffalo defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
They spent the week of practice in. We know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the #1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be correct well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. Now back to throw. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, running right, Achane. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
A 2-yard loss brings up
on third down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete. Maxwell Airspin on the coverage.
Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And it hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a toss right side. HM with it. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Third down and 10.
A loss of 2 brings up third and 10.
They'll drop the throw. Complete to Washington. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards. And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 44.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
It's Hill, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Dancing to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
It's 4th.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. Steps away to his left. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That one complete to Hill. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
10 more yards. That's another Dolphins first down.
They'll look to throw again. Washington's got it. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now a 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw again. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
2nd and goal at the 17.
They'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Well, also a drive that spans. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good for a Miami Dolphin.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. Oh, he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
They'll look to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, they'll throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially with this speed on the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that on NT. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
That's good for another Miami Dolphin. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead.
But I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But
we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 66 yards. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now a toss coming right side. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Dolphins 23, Bills 8.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Tanner Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". Miami set to take over. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it can end up in enemy's hands again.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
First down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Flush to his right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw here. Being chased out left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now that's all about...
And now Sean McDermott will throw out the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
That'll be caught by Hill.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are looking as if they'll move it to 7 and 2 as they add on to this lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice, and then...
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Dolphins...
The Dolphins game is over, but his work isn't done yet. There's been a lot of external talk about this team, and it's finally time that the players are asked about it.